All right. What's happening, folks? Yours truly here, Xavier Smith, aka Coach X with Excellent Solutions. And today we're talking about health and wellness again. But today I get to sit down and have a conversation of excellence with my good friend Kristen. So if you're into that, here's what I want you to do. Stay tuned. All right, what's happening, folks? Yours truly, and we're back. Welcome to the show. I just wanted to take a moment to introduce you to one of my good friends, Kristen. Kristen, how do you say your last name? I just want to make sure I pronounce it correctly.
It's Hotop.
Hotop. Kristen Hotop is in the building, sitting down with me. We're getting ready to have an excellent conversation. We're talking all things health and wellness, and maybe a little extra. Who knows where this might go? So welcome aboard, Kristen. How are you doing? Tell us all about you.
Awesome. Thanks, Xavier. I am fabulous here in Lincoln, Nebraska today. So, it's been a great week. Lots going on as we're leading up to Christmas. If we are, can't believe that December has gone so fast, but lots going on in my world. So I have been in health and wellness since 2018. And I started out in the gut health industry, and that's really was my diving in point, because I had some gut issues. I gotten to the point where I couldn't have milk on my cereal, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is new. There's something going on here. It hasn't always been this way. What is this? And so I really dove deep into gut health, learned about all the different things. And then in 2021, got my holistic nutritionist certification. And so really, I love helping people understand where they're at and where they want to go and how to get there through health and wellness. And as you know, Xavier, health and wellness is more than what you put in your mouth. It's also what you read. It's also what you're listening to. It's also the people you're surrounding yourself with. And so truly total body wellness takes an understanding of all of those different pieces and recognizing where you are at. And so these days, my kids are getting a little bit older. So I've got a 16-year-old boy who's driving now, and I've got a 12-year-old girl who is all about the music. So we've been in a lot of orchestra and show choir concerts in the last couple weeks. So those are super fun. And music is another great way to improve your health. Get connected with those, learning something new and all the things. So just lots going on. And then here in the last month, diving into some peptides. So that's really what's new.
That is awesome. We're going to get into that a little bit. But before we do that, I heard Lincoln, Nebraska. Is it cold there right now?
It is really cold here right now. So
like snow cold?
Well, it's too cold for snow. So we're in the teens. So once it gets, so our weather is kind of funny. If it gets down too far below the 30s, then it won't snow. It's got to be right about that 30-degree mark in order to snow. So being in the teens, we're a little too cold for that.
So I'm trying to imagine this because, I'm from California originally, and I spent time all over the world in the Air Force. And I was in New Jersey, and I remember some winters there in a front-wheel drive vehicle that spent out in the middle of an intersection because I had no traction. And so I'm imagining like scenes where you have to shovel your way out of your house. Have you experienced that?
Yes. So my husband and I were actually talking about that the other day. The house we used to live in before this one, we had a driveway, and we had to have his brother come over with his the shovel on the front of his truck in order to make us a path so that we could get out of our driveway to the road. So it does happen. Here in this house, we haven't had that happen. We got ourselves a bigger snow blower, so we can take care of it. But
Awesome. Well, that's good. That's good to know. Now let's take a switch gears a little bit and talk about the what. What are you working on these days as far as any special projects? You mentioned peptides, so let's dive in on that.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So just recently, I started working with a company that focuses on ingestible peptides. So peptides have been around for a long time. Most people know about the injectable peptide insulin. So that
Hmm.
one has been around for quite a while, helps a whole lot of people. And we've also seen lately in the news a lot of talk about those injectable peptides that people are using for weight loss. Now, the caveat with those is one, they're designed for the diabetics. And so then if you're using them for a purpose other than that, then there's a lot of side effects that go along with those injectable peptides. And I've got a lady that I'm pretty close with. She used to take those injectable peptides, and she finally had to stop taking them. One, they're expensive. Two, they were making her sick, and she wasn't getting the results that she was looking for. And so she and I both joined this new company with these nature-made
Okay.
ingestible peptides. So you don't have the side effects. They're already right up my alley with health and
Yeah.
wellness because they come from plants. And
Nice.
I posted the other day, it was yesterday. No, today's when today's a
Right.
couple days ago. Today's Friday. The days blend together, Xavier. There's so much going on.
Right.
Anyway, for Wellness Wednesday, I posted that when you use food as medicine, then you don't really need a whole lot else in many cases. And so the fact that these peptides come from nature and they're designed to work with your body. And in fact, a lot of them are teaching your body how to work better. So peptides are these amino acids. They're the precursors to some of the materials that your body makes anyway.
Okay.
And so as these ingestible peptides, they're starting to teach your body how to work better when it comes to metabolism, when it comes to managing stress and cortisol, when it comes to having the energy to do the things that you need to do, when it comes to muscle recovery, and even better skin. So when you're talking about taking the peptide that helps your body produce NAD,
Yeah.
we've had folks who have improved their skin because it's helping your body from the inside out. And so these peptides are super exciting.
Nice. Yeah. This sounds totally intriguing. Now, how long has the company been around? Do you know?
So we are in pre-launch.
Okay.
So we just started, the company just started selling products at the end of October. They've had clinical trials where they've done human clinical trials before they officially released.
Nice.
So there is all the research out there for those of you who like to read that.
Yeah.
Raise my hand here.
Wow.
I wanted to know all the things before I joined because I truly wanted to make sure that it was something that was going to be safe for people to take, that it was something that it was going to help and be in alignment with what I believe in helping people and total body wellness. And so so like I said, we are still in pre-launch. We officially launch, I believe they said in March. So it's something where there's lots of room for folks who are interested in learning more and learning about peptides.
Yes. Yes. Well, I mean, we both have professional knowledge when it comes to what we're talking about here. Did you go? That was the question that just popped into my head. Did we go to the same school together? Because I went to the Integrative School of Integrative Nutrition back in 2017. Where did you go?
I have my certification through the American Fitness Professionals Association,
Nice.
AFPA.
Awesome. Beautiful. That's enough.
Mm-hmm.
So let's switch gears then. We talked a little bit about where. I know you're located in Lincoln, Nebraska, but as far as where people can go, they can access this from all over the world. Am I making that correct assumption?
Yes, that is correct. So they can, it's online information. You're going to put a link at the end, how they can connect with me to get more information. Right. But yeah, anybody around the world is open. or
They can
anybody
get it.
who's open.
I love it. I love it. As a matter of fact, let me just do that right now. This is where you want to go if you want to connect with Kristen and learn a little bit more about what we're talking about, which are peptides. Now, the difference between injectable peptides versus ingestible peptides is like a world of difference. So we're talking about, are these like gummy? Do they come in gummy form? What are we talking about, Kristen?
So some of the products come in capsule form.
Okay.
And some of the products are drinks. So you're going to mix it up in water or your favorite beverage. And then we have one that's super cool. We call it our pixie stick. It is sublingual. So the one that helps with stress and cortisol, you actually pour it under your tongue and let it dissolve.
Okay. So we're talking quick action, like
absolutely, yes.
Straight into the bloodstream to get get your healing done a lot faster than the traditional methods.
Yes.
Okay. That sounds like a plan right there. Now let's talk about why. Why, Kristen, is this so important, do you feel, for more people to know about this?
I think this is super important for people to know about because there's a lot of companies out there. There's a lot of products out there in the health and wellness arena. And people have tried a lot of things and haven't had success, or they have given up on themselves. So that's what I hear a lot is people don't give it the time that it takes to work in your body. And so what's super cool about these products is they're fast acting. So similar to what you're talking about. Yep. We do still tell people with any product, no matter what it is you're taking, allow up to 90 days to work in your body. If you're healing your gut, it can take a lot longer than that. But people are seeing results with these products within the first 30 days. So it's something that can work very quickly and it is helping a lot of people. So the one more stress and cortisol, can I give an example for that? So one day I could feel myself stuck in fight or flight. And so my heart rate was higher than normal. I felt jittery and I could see it on my smartwatch. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm stuck there. So I used that Pixie, stuck it under my tongue, and within 10 minutes, I went and looked at my watch, and I had broken that cycle. I was out of fight or flight, and I was starting to feel better. And so it truly is something that's fast acting, but again, works better as you continue to use it over time. So best results are found about the 70-day mark in the studies that were done. But you can start to see results in many cases a lot faster than that.
Awesome. Yeah, when I was doing more one-on-one and small group coaching, I wouldn't even work with anybody if they were not willing to do at least a 3-month window,
right,
where we start with working together and before we even considered like going some other direction. They had to give me 3 months just to, see what was going on. And then we would do 12 months or 6 months after that, and then 12 months. So I know the importance of the allowing of the time for things to take place, because you probably would share the same sentiment that the body is a really incredible machine and it can heal itself, provided that we kind of get out of our own way sometimes and allow it to do what it's supposed to do. But we need to expose it to the right things as well.
Right, exactly. And I actually had a conversation with a gentleman, and he was asking me, how do you know that this peptide is what's making the difference? And so I was able to have that conversation, explain with him. I'm like, this is the only thing that I've changed. So I still continue to do my time restricted eating. I still continue to do my yoga and my workouts. I still continue to eat healthy in the same way that I always have. I still continue to drink the 80 ounces of water every single day. This is the only thing that I've changed, which is how I can confidently say that this is what's making the difference.
Nice.
Because you've got people where you see, you go into a results group and they say, I've changed all of these things. Okay, so what is it that's that's making the difference? How can you
Right.
say that this or this is what is what's making the change? And you really
Yeah.
can't unless you have those controls that you've put into place.
That's absolutely fantastic right there. Great. I guess that's kind of like what I consider in my mind, the poor man's scientific way to achieve those results that you are, seeking. Because I do the same thing. I like to test and experiment. And I'm a big believer in the restricted eating. I think as a society, we have way too much access to inferior food. I don't even consider it food unless you're growing it out of your own backyard or something. But yeah, we can definitely, I think we would do well to restrict ourselves from eating the inferior type of solutions out there and get back into the natural way. Like our ancestors used to have to chase their food down to eat it and sustain themselves. So I do believe that there's huge benefits in fasting. But when it comes to solutions like this, you would do extremely well to just be open to it. And so I appreciate you coming to the table, bringing this information to us, because now that you can't unknow. Right?
That's right. Exactly. The more you know.
Yeah.
I love that slogan at the bottom of that show. That always sticks in my head.
Right. Exactly. So now we have come to the part in the show where we kind of go off script a little bit. And I have a personal / business. You can relate it to anything that you want, Kristen, but tell us, if you had a choice, the world were ending, would you prefer a cat or a dog?
Oh my gosh. So the reason why that's a hard question is we just recently got a cat. So we've had a dog for several years.
Oh man.
And we just got a cat in June. Oh goodness. If the world was ending and I had to pick one, I think I would choose my dog. Yeah, I know. So it's really a hard choice, but my dog is more cuddly than my cat. So I think that's why I'm picking that.
Okay. Well, I can totally understand, because, you can snuggle up to a dog. I think they are more in tune with that. Cats are more independent. Like, I'll tolerate you.
Yes.
If you feed me.
Yes.
Right.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, you know what, Kristen, I appreciate you coming and sharing your time with me. I believe that, like I said, once you know about peptides and maybe you are, who knows where you are in your health and wellness journey. But if you're wanting to get started, you might want to get in contact with Kristen, and you can go to this website right here, healthfullyholistic.com. Kristen, do you have anything else that you want the world to know about you before we sign off?
I guess I would say that I have a passion for helping people. So I truly want you to live the best life that you can. And if peptides aren't for you, that's totally fine. I'm totally okay with that. I want you to do what's best for you and for you to live your best life.
That's awesome. Fantastic advice. And my saying that I like to leave you with, and I hope you really understand this, but if you truly want to be happy, nobody can stop you. That's my time. Thank you, Kristen. I want you to stay right there. I'm going to sign off real quick. But that's our time, folks. We've been on almost 20 minutes, and it's time for us to go. But Kristen, don't you dare move. But for you, everybody, stay tuned. I'll be coming back, I think, next week with another guest. Can't make any promises because we don't like to do things by script here. But for now, I just want you to be excellent on purpose. And let me find my sign off. And here we go. Thanks for tuning in.